surprises here. No, a sageless composition from TSM, but already a very aggressive defense. Subroza is going into no man's land, trading himself out for two of his teammates. That is not what you want. GenG immediately blitzing in, punishing, making their way onto the A site. That should be relatively free. Just a single Soba here to deal with. Can they spot out the one remaining player on the corner here? Drone's gonna get a second to try and slow things down, but the spike will come through nonetheless. 1 versus 2 here for the Cypher. Peaks, the information's found. 1v1 for Cutler. Clutch player in the previous series, just looking for that one last Brimstone. Player 1 knows where he is, takes his head off his shoulders, and opens up the game beautifully for GenG. You can tell which side of the map they think this play is going towards, and there's so many players trying to stop. This is the best bet they have at winning the second. 2 players mowed down by GenG. Color manages to trade out 1, but he's bought his teammates time to get the rotate in. Looking for 1 more, and Drone's gonna get it. Never missing a shot on the Sova, continuing his performance from the previous game. Gets Molotov'd out, but he's not done taking players down. Gets 1 more onto Hoy. GenG now just a single member up against Wardell and Hazed. Player wants to give up this spike plant. 7-6, and there is no patience from this man. Doesn't even get the spike down. Wardell peeks and takes him down with his own teammate's weapon and ends a round that TSM had no right winning 1-1. With the performance that Drone has been putting up, this man has been insane the entire day. However, more aggression from TSM here is going to net them at least 1 kill positively. Hoyne, oh my god, the flying shorty catches himself 1. Cutler cleans him on up though, and it's still a 1-man advantage here for the defending side with the bolt into middle, and slowly but surely GenG running out of map control. If they can get 1 more pick here, they may call it worth it. GMD will take Drone down, and with that, if he's going to try and get 1 more, but GenG are all out of steam for this one. Maybe a spike plant just for that bonus cash. Absolutely not.
To winning defensive sides as dominantly as we've seen from them today, but Wardell on that op has been the enabler for that situation. But in this particular scenario, GenG just pushed the opposite side of the map. Wardell is a little bit late to rotate, and GenG has such comprehensive map control that he really doesn't have any ins.
But this is what we talked about earlier. They've run out of utility outside of this orbital strike. There is nothing. The timer's ticking down though for TSM, and this execute is looking like it's about to pay off. Cutler finds 1, but with the timer taken down, there is no time for TSM, and that is what we mentioned earlier, Anders. We wanted to see them save utility for the post plant so they could deny any push from TSM aggressively.
If they can hold utility and utilize ultimates like that going forward, this is going to be an incredibly tough defense for TSM.
And Wardell somehow has managed himself an operator in this round, somehow finagling that one up. I'm sure their economy isn't exactly in the greatest position should they lose this round. Player 1 peeks him, and you do not have the skills to pay the bills right now. Not up against Wardell, who's going to continue to clean up your players 1 at a time. Stop walking into him for Pete's sake. GenG, you know exactly what's going to happen. Wardell has tasted blood and he wants more. In with the Blade Storm. Just wants to peek this cage. Goes down at the wrong time for him. Going to miss most of those shots. McGill dropped down to about half HP. Drone's going to finish him off and finish off the round here for TSM. A strong win to put a 3rd up on the board and regain their lead. It's just a playground for the man, but TSM have not gotten the greatest lead as of yet. They're still looking to secure that economy after a little bit of a rough round prior. Again, the aggression towards A long, though it didn't pay off last round. It will this one. The GMD and Mikhail fall, and with that, GenG's push completely halted. Player 1's going to get 1 for his troubles, but that was absolutely not worth it. This spike nowhere near the site. The rest of his teammates getting cleaned up across the map, and all of a sudden, it seems like GenG may want to explore other parts of this map than A. Gonna get caught out cheekily, just needs to check his corners and play some clean Valorant. Brimver's been, they're about to see each other across sight. Hazed takes his dome down, and player 1 falls. With that, GenG are down 2-5 on TSM's signature map. Now TSM breaking out another trick from their sleeve. Look at how aggressively they're playing. Look at how tight they are. Everyone wrapped up around B. They've pushed A short. They know exactly where this push is coming from, but Drone needs to be the man to stop it. Sprays down one in the smoke. Can't get another. Beaten out by the eco push of GenG. The shorty in the hands of Hyun is just as scary as it has been round prior. Spike goes down, defended by just the wall here. And GenG finding a fantastic eco round. 3 versus 3 now in the post lane as things slow down for just a moment.
Cutler getting a massive pick-off onto Hyun there, taking the op out of the defense, or the post-plant defense, I should say, and TSM buttons that one up quite quickly.
Drone pushes all the way up through mid. The map control for Gen.G cut in half here. The 3 players separated away from their Jet, who then just has to hide over there and pray that they can get a pick onto Wardell.
You will not kill my allies.
Resurrect will bring player 1 back into the game, but immediately gets sprayed down by Drone, who pushes back through mid, picks up his 3rd of the round, and that should be enough to pretty much seal this one out for TSM. Bar some crazy stuff here from GMD, who's going to take the aggressive peek and lose to Subroza.
Yeah, that might button this one up, and we're going to see a bit of a tailspin probably from Gen.G here. Broken economy, stepping on map. What a flick! My goodness gracious.
So nasty. I mean, there's still only 1 player left. At this point, TSM look like they're going for style points. Wardell's going to take him out. 7-2 is a great score line.
We at Aldrone, giving them all the information that they need. And TSM's going to be right on the heels of Gen.G here. They're going to have no chance to take the site the way that they wanted to.
And now this time with weapons, Gen.G can actually take this one relatively well. They're not able to get the spike down in B though. The Sage lying in wait finally will manage to do so, looking to heal up their teammate, but Wardell's going to take him down before they can do exactly that. Now holding on to this mid-angle, things get incredibly awkward for Gen.G. They don't have a crossfire to work with. This is 2 players up against 4, having to do it the old school way. First one gets sprayed down, the second doesn't even have a sight line here as the spike's being defused. Cutler pushing out to try and find that frag. Instead, it's going to be the Brimstone and TSM putting themselves up 2-8.
TSM, as a team, hadn't been winning defenses consistently.
Oh, Hazed.
Oh, Hazed.
This is just mean.
Off-angle in garage, just picking off 3. Shutting down Gen.G's push before it even gets to start.
And these are the plays, man, that TSM is making. It's pushing C long, it's pushing mid, it's pushing A long. Everywhere they go, they're catching them off guard. There it's going to be a upfront garage hold. We're seeing pushes come from everywhere. We're seeing them hold in awkward corners.
You have momentum here. Instead, we're going to see a slow default. They're going to push up through sewer here. And we'll likely get contact onto site here with Phoenix.
Oh, and they don't want that. It's Subroza's Phoenix, my friend. Mows down 1, looking to get a second here, getting double angled off the other end. Player 1 will be the one to take him down. Now post plant 1 versus 3. It's got to be Cutler. He's done this one before. Catches the first, not the second though, as player 1 yet again locking out a round here for Gen.G. 9-3 half. Whether it be TSM or the opposing team. TSM's going to be getting aggressive. This time, though, it's going to be the opposite of that. It's going to be Gen.G pushing up C-long, being punished, though. Cutler is always going to hit those shots. Player 1 cleans up. That's an even trade, but the map control's been taken away. They know the garage push is in, and they need to be careful about this full wrap from TSM.
Yeah, I think that you're absolutely right, where the defensive side has been setting the tempo in spite of this being really a coin flippy, in some cases, attacker-sided map. And I think the driving force behind that has been the defensive operators.
Yeah, now with the utility favoring TSM, Gen.G do not have the players to move in on this. I'm going to try their best, but 2 players holding on to the defender's spawn, waiting for the right opportunity to push in. TSM get 1 mode down, drone falls, the spike being enemy defused. There's no angle on it, there's nobody there to shut them down. They're not planted for long. This should go through for Gen.G. Stone to continue to control space, not let TSM play their aggressive game whenever they want to, like they were on the defensive side where you have so much space to push up. They can hold this as long as they like, and nothing is likely going to come from it for TSM.
Yeah, we're playing really kind of an odd, slow game out of Gen.G here. We've already got contact on A, and the rotations are slow to come out. Subroza, though, back-to-back 1Ds with the...
Oh, TSM's doing it again. They're pulling out rounds. They have no right to win. Subroza with the Sheriff in his hand is a very, very daunting player to take care of. Now looking for 1 more here, peeking through the defender spawn. This is winnable here. Not look like he wants to. Subroza just barely misses the time here. Looks to peek the Sage. Effies will take him down 1 by 1 here. The TSM member slowly waning. With that timer ticking down, Gen.G's odds slipping out the window. Player 1 must move forward, turns it into a 3 versus 2. 2 versus 2. Can they even up the numbers? Puts the wall down on the spike, starts to defuse. There's nothing that they can do about this. This should be a defuse for Gen.G, and off of a beautiful clutch play from player 1 and Effies.
The timing of that Sage wall is mind-blowing. Yeah, we have part operators now on both sides, but importantly, on the side of TSM, Wardell's only on light armor. We'll see if he can get tagged early and shut out. But it looks like Hyun's going to find success much earlier in the round, already picking 2.
And Gen.G are going to try and rotate a couple players over relatively quickly, not trying to stray too far from their standard setup. But if the Cypher can get there in time, that is the biggest thing that is going to be helping Effie's out. Slower pin should stop the push here from TSM relatively well, but Wardell takes down the reinforcements. The cavalry have arrived, but the cavalry have also been taken out immediately here. TSM even up the numbers, and now Gen.G have just as difficult of a retake.
Just giving Gen.G a little bit more time to rally the troops.
Oh, Wardell was ready for that one. GMD Peaks trades it out, but Wardell with the operator has every sightline in the world. Doesn't quite catch the last one. It's player 1 yet again who has to clutch the round out, looking to stick about half of this spike before picking it up. Or do pros not think they don't? Oh my god, he held the whole damn thing, Wardell! Your shots may connect, but your brain wasn't large enough to take down that brim.
Get out of my way.
I would imagine so, as we see that super quick aggression. Wardell kicked off and punished for his early peek out of lower mid. And TSM is already in tatters.
That was a impressively fast round. Yeah, Gen.G have such an interesting way of holding on to this as well. They're so willing to give up garage control early. Drone's gonna take the head off. Wardell with the shorty. They are looking to pull out this eco round here, and now Wardell has sought out that operator and knows exactly what he's getting himself into here in the post plant. They all want to set up these operators in long 4 versus 2, and you don't have player 1 to save you anymore. GMD peeks the corner with the flashbang straight into the welcoming arms of Wardell, who misses his shot uncharacteristically here. The TSM players looking a little bit shaky, but they still have a numbers advantage. GMD takes him down, and that is huge. That gains him so much control here towards the back of the site. Take down the recon dart, but you can't take down these angles at C long. You don't have anything to really smoke it off either. You can use the jet to your advantage, but the Hunter's Fury is going to come in. TSM, I think they've sealed themselves back up that lead.
Yeah, there's that Hunter's Fury I mentioned coming out, denying that diffused and ultimately netting TSM a 10th round.
Really hold in the post-plant scenario. So giving up this side is something that Gen.G are more than welcome to do, because they've wrapped their way all the way around the map. Drone's going to get one onto Mikael, and they shift all the way over to A. That is not what Gen.G were wanting to give up.
Yeah, TSM now with just complete and utter map control. Gen.G's going to have a hard time cracking into this. And depending on the amount of time that they take to get over there, it might not even be an option.
Those numbers look a little bit more even here. They've got time to the post plant, and they also have player 1 alive, which seemingly has been the ticket the entire time. Orbital Strike drops down. Hayes going to take down GMD, who was forced out by that. 2 players playing in hell right now are going to be so difficult to remove. Player 1 drops down, takes down Hayes, but can't get much more than that. Effie's going to have to do it again on the Sage, looking to wall off the operator and get the defuse going. Starts it. Wardell looking for the aggressive peek, gets beat by Effie, but is there time? No. TSM eke one out to make the score 11-9. How rotate heavy they can be, but TSM are stone cold in how they push this. They execute out onto A, and Hyun is going to have to connect these shots. Pops the Blade Storm. Player 1 taken out, misses the right click. Mikael able to trade one out, but now no longer with the jet. He's got to do it all on his own, playing in hell here. They have no clue where this last player is, but with 12 seconds on the clock, if the plant gets denied, that is going to be it. Wardell, though, cleaning up the Blade Storm, finds himself 2. GMD coming in, finds at least a little bit of value, but has to clutch it out 1 versus 2. Search for the players, but it's going to be Drone playing incredibly aggressively, peeks around the opposite side of the site, puts it up the match point for TSM. Incredibly patient in the post plant. It's Hyun getting aggressive with the operator, looking for that first shot. It connects onto Hayes, and that's going to be what they need to open up the middle of the map here. It's just Wardell, it's just Subroza holding on, but Subroza doesn't miss. Takes down one. Effie's trades it out for Drone, but the site's starting to be lost here. The resurrect from Effie's going to give them back that mid-side line. Just take care of Wardell, and you can start taking care of the map. Wardell connects shot on Mikael, but the spine not getting defused. TSM yet again, timeout. Gen.G to take the first map, 13-9.
Well, Wardell on top is to be expected, but it looks pretty close, I think, in the top half.
There have been historical tourney matches that TSM has played where we have literally seen over 80% of plants inside of a single map play at this location.
Oh my goodness, TSM are mowing people down left and right. Player 1, though, still has the ideal angle on this spike. Wardell takes him down, though, finishes off the round. 3 members alive, for TSM. Man, cat stack. And that is not what you want to see if you're TSM. Sub though, Mo's one down. Is going to be able to rotate back on the site. And now things get awkward for Gen.G. They can't move on the site like they wanted to. They've got to play around in gardens here. Wardell though finds 3 with a ghost in quick succession. Looking to clean up even more. But with that, that's going to stunt the growth of Gen.G. Just player 1 on the Omen left. We've seen this guy make miracles happen so far, but stopping Wardell when he's feeling himself is going to require more than that. The rotate yet again here from Gen.G, who don't have all that much map control. Subroza's already pushed through B. There aren't that many options. You're just stuck between a shock dart and a Subroza. I'm not sure which one I'd rather fall to at that point.
Yeah, Mikhail in the worst of situations, there are absolutely no outs.
Options are great, but Hazed still in the way. Player 1's going to take him down as they work their way back into B, and this is the opening they need. They need to be aggressive here. They need to be explosive, but they're not quite taking the bait yet here. They're walking over towards B, and with that, TSM should get there first, get Wardell set up, and now things get bad for Gen.G as they push into his welcoming hands. No! TSM rotate away. They doubt themselves for just a second too long. Let's get a lot of smoke to come in. That denies the sightlines of Wardell. And now you have to see Drone come in. No, he isn't able to. Hyun shuts him down. Wardell pushes through the smoke to find absolutely nothing. Spike goes down. Now a man advantage here for Gen.G. This is not great for TSM, who look like they're just going to opt to hold on to that operator.
Whether or not you take Cat into tree or force up mid into the pizza area and then take market towards B. Those are really the main options that teams are presented with.
Nice trade in mid there is going to give Gen.G that map control that you noted was so difficult to get. Now they've wrapped their way all the way around A. They're going to outnumber the players here. And Wardell has a ton of work to do here, as if he even finds out that Mikhail's there, gets domed from behind. Now just a couple members hiding out along the site. Subroza making sure they don't get traded out too easily here. Drone's gonna clean up one more. Another stops to push for a moment, but the spike will go down here, and it's 1v1 heading into post plan.
Flanking you, and we see that here with Wardell as he gets picked off for absolutely free in garden and ultimately gives up the site, forcing this 1v1.
And he knows it's either going to be behind generator or underground. Hyun beats him early. Beautifully playing the 1v1 and evening up the score here for Gen.G. No fakes, no games, just guns here as they make their way onto site. They execute out. Hyun immediately connects with the right click, looking for more, running straight for the backline. Wardell knows what's coming, but is he ready for it? The aggressive pick, just gonna smoke that one off, drop the spike on site. Good heads up play. You don't want to get caught out with that one. Hazed has already wrapped his way all the way around. Spike going down here for Gen.G. Curly up, one player make that 2. We're not looking to even things out with the operator. Is gonna connect at least one shot, wrapping his way around the site. Cutler not able to do much, but it seems like yet again, it's gonna have to be the save for these two. Gen.G have locked down that A site. Well, the B is not looking nearly as favorable as Wardell has an operator in their hands. Good paranoia though by player 1. Takes him off the angle, allows Hyun to take him down, gets him onto the site, and gets this plant inbound. It's a quick rotate from TSM, but moving around pretty much the entire time. Good job by player 1. They're avoiding the arrow to spot him out. GMD though going down regardless. Effie is on the flank though, and they don't have a clue. One falls, a second is able to win out the duel. Drone does it, but with the timer taking him down, it is not a good place for TSM to be. They don't find the player hiding around the corner. The one in the backside is going to be incredibly hard to remove. Hyun makes it count with the operator. Drone trading it out, but there's no time on the clock, is there? He's got it.
What a phenomenal 4K from Drone there to clutch out that round.
Cheeky in towards mid. GMD sneaking it out, but does not see the player around the corner. Throws the Mo's down too. Should be even getting a third here. Nope, GMD shuts him down, gets a second, but they've lost a lot of players along the way. 2v3 and very little map control here for Gen.G.
That Cutler as an anchor here, like you mentioned, it's not necessarily that he's struggling, it's that Gen.G is throwing such an abnormal strategy set at TSM that the typical way you would use Cypher on the map is less valid.
Found out exactly where one of these players is, and they still just completely own the A half of the map. Trading out one. No! Misses on the shot. Effie gets himself 2. Wardell pops the Blaze Storm, trying to find a little something here. Not much to be found though. Makes his way through. Gets 1. But how much more can you actually get for your efforts when Gen.G own the entire map? Push through the smoke. No more value to be found by the star player. And with that, the spike should go down. 3v1 here for Cutler. I don't think a kill to his name in this map, and he's got to clutch it out.
Yeah. Retake Cypher, never the position you want to be in. Yeah, GenG really running away with this first half at this point. On a decided map, this is crazy to see. It's starting to make me salivate a little bit over the prospect of a third map. Watching these guys duke it out yet again would be a treat, but TSM...
Oh no, they're not going to see each other.
Oh no, two ships in the night.
This is awkward. The push is going over to A regardless. It's just going to mean that the Cypher is a little out of order. They don't see each other again. They pass each other. They have no clue. They're cheek to cheek on B site and have no clue about each other. The A take's been completely successful. No spike going down quite yet here for Gen.G, though. Making him dance his drone. Popping the Hunter's Fury on site. Doesn't get anything. Instead, it's Cutler going down. Finally over by B. Drone trades went out, getting a little bit more control here over towards the window. Pops himself back up on the balcony. But it's 1 versus 4. A seemingly familiar position here for the TSM side. One that they have not managed to win quite yet. And Hyun will shut them down yet again.
3-half here. Getting a little bit of deja vu.
Destroyed.
Well, it's not 9 points yet. Hyun gets aggressive on site, misses the right click on the Cutler. Finally finding his first kill of the game. GMD gonna take him down immediately after though and ruin his fun. Full members lying on site here. Spike is down, but 1 versus 2. GMD needs to clutch it out. Drops underneath, but Hazed is gonna take him down with the semi-auto. And we called it, Anders. It's going to be the awkward half eco buy round from TSM that does it again.
Here with 3 towards Fish.
Oh my god, that was aggressive from Hyun, but it pays off. You go 1 for 1. It's going to favor the attackers a little bit because now you're playing an information game, one that Gen.G just don't have as much of, but they have gained control of Garage and they have taken out the Phoenix. Now a lot of that entry frag potential is going to be gone as TSM decide they want to commit to the B side of the map.
Yeah, Quinn there cut in true A plan.
Cage trigger.
No surprises there, but again, Drone shuts it down. Headshot onto Effie's. Drone will fall. Wardell trades one out, grabs a spike, looking to put it down ASAP. 30 seconds on the clock, and it is Gen.G, pardon me, with 2 players against the 3 of TSM, all lurking on site, all with crossfires, all in such threatening positions. How can they actually deal with this? It doesn't seem likely, as so many of these angles have been covered properly. Gen.G yet again, though, waiting for the spike to tick down. It's a matter of time, though, before they have to press the go button.
Yeah, TSM in the post plant here, and Hazed comes up big to secure them the round. Definitely, and we see here exactly what Effie's wanted to do last round. A quick shutdown of the fast push, and now there's enough time for them to get rotations out.
Well, rotations may be nice, but they don't guarantee kills. Effie's, though, starting to put him up in the feed. Subroza creeping around the backside at this point. Do the defenders know here? Effie's holding the angle, not able to catch one, misses the head. Drone takes him down. Now side control's been given over to TSM. 2 versus 3, but they've got the spike down to work with. Things get a little awkward here for Gen.G as they've only got 2 places to move through and a lot of angles to cover. Both TSM members holding on one side, shifting from one to the other, but Drone falling means there's just one in the back of sight. They can just trade this guy out, and they should be all right. No! Subroza lines them up and pops the heads. 3 to his name, 8-8 the score, and TSM are all tied up. He's got a sneaking suspicion, but how well is he going to check this angle? As Cutler is holding for the B rotate, doesn't check it enough. Player 1 takes him down. Now the rotate can come through. The spike left in the middle of nowhere here. Hazed looks dazed and confused, trying to peek with the operator, maybe take somebody down here, but it is all just going to be souvenirs for the way unless he can find 3 more.
I almost think the right play from here is to save. I mean, getting the plant money here with his ultimate is an incredibly good call. He'll likely die for it, but nonetheless, I think economically, this was the best route for his team.
He could get aggressive here. If he takes out one of these players without being found, he's in a pretty good position. Oh, and he does! Hood immediately off the flick from Hazed is going to find the connection. Showstopper out, everything used. Hazed has made it a 1v1. It's far from over yet, Anders. 1 member left to be found, starts to defuse. Hazed knows exactly where it is, sticks half of it, waiting it out. No, doesn't stick the first half. He's got to hold it. Hazed has the shot lined up. His teammates pinging the bong. He completely saves it. 1v4. Hazed on the Omen turns it into an 11-8 lead. That they're feeling all right. TSM making them feel very uncomfortable though with their actual position in the game. Wardell turning it into a 4 versus 4. GMD trades it out though nicely. And that A pressure coming from TSM paying off. They're gonna step on the gas pedal immediately with that. Hazed looks to close the door and move on forward. Throws a paranoia on through. And there should be a spike play here for TSM. 4 versus nothing in the post plans. They send it to match point.
But we've already got 3 players from TSM all the way down A main.
Out of my way.
No more charges left.
Another pick here for TSM by the hand of Wardell. They haven't closed things out yet, but it's starting to feel the grip tighten around Gen.G's throat as the spike goes down here. The final post plant that they may get, unless they can clutch it out. Mikhail looking to push onto the high ground. The run it back used by Subroza looking to get aggressive. Does get shut down, sent back to the site where he came from, but again, the sight lines on this site are so difficult. Hazed in the position where he is shut down. 3 retakes since through the smoke come drone. It's 1 player left. It's just a Cypher. Down he goes. TSM with a flawless round. End the match 2-0. We didn't give it to him earlier, but we have to give it to him now. I think it's got to be Drone. What about you, Anders?
If you don't give Drone the MVP here, I think you're trolling.